people, you are all welcome to this wonderful class. This is PUL434, Law of Taxation 2. I promise you will enjoy it. In this very particular lesson, we are going to discuss basic features of tax. Basic features of tax. And I promise you, we are going to enjoy every bit of this lecture. We are going to look at the essential features of tax. And you know that tax is not actually defined in the Nigerian tax statutes. As a result, every definition you are going to see here are the derivation of the ideas of different authors in this very particular subject. But soonest, we are going to look at it in detail. Just get yourself ready and get prepared. You are all welcome. Thank you very much. Now here we come. Basic features of tax. Basic features of tax. We are going to have a very short introduction to this very topic. In this introduction, I want to bring to your awareness that the term tax was not in any way defined in Nigerian tax status. What we can see there is rather the description of tax rather than a definition, and therefore no single definition of tax will have all application features of the subjects. As a result, we are going to have a kind of a very detailed overview of the essential features of tax. Any definition you can see here or you may have come across in other in your experience, we are gathered from the different authors of the subjects, and therefore we are going to, when you are looking at the term tax, you look at every feature of it so that you'll be able to have a good understanding of the course. Now here we come. Basic features of tax. Basic features of tax. We are going to have a very short introduction to this very topic. In this introduction, I want to bring to your awareness that the term tax was not in any way defined in Nigerian tax status. What we can see there is rather the description of tax rather than a definition, and therefore no single definition of tax will have all application features of the subjects. As a result, we are going to have a kind of a very detailed overview of the essential features of tax. Any definition you can see here or you may have come across in other in your experience, we are gathered from the different authors of the subjects, and therefore we are going to, when you are looking at the term tax, you look at every feature of it so that you'll be able to have a good understanding of the course. Now, features of tax. Features of tax. In order to have a very deep understanding of the term tax, it is very, very important that we first of all acquaint ourselves with the features. That is the characteristics of tax. In doing this, we will look at few things, items that actually bear the resemblance of tax, but in actual sense, in the eye of the law, they do not qualify as tax. We are going to look at those things. One is charges, 2, fees, 3, tolls, 4, fines, and finally penalties. All these bear resemblance with the term tax, but strictly speaking, in the eye of the law, they are not a tax. Now we are going to look at the differences between tax and those other items. We can collectively call all of them contributions, including tax. Tax is also a contribution, and all those items stated above, they are also contributions. But there is a difference, or there are certain features that differentiate tax from all other contributions as stated above. Such qualities and features of tax that differentiate it from the other contributions are as follow. 1, compulsory. Tax is a compulsory contribution. This singular character is very, very important, very, very strong. Tax is not a voluntary contribution. It is a compulsory contribution, so that whoever is due to pay tax and refuses to pay it commits a crime against a law. Therefore, tax is not voluntary. If an individual who is supposed to pay tax refuses to do that, that may amount to tax avoidance or tax evasion. These are the things we are going to know anyway as we go further in this course. And then secondly, legislative backing. A tax must be backed up by law. That differentiates it from other contribution, like penalty. Fine. Maybe you are just walking along under the bridge here, and you didn't even see very well because you are so much pressed up, and you began to urinate. All of a sudden you were caught because you were told not to urinate then. When you are caught, you may be made to pay a fine, maybe 50,000, maybe 10,000, maybe 5,000. That is a fine. That is not a tax because it does not have any legislative backing. So to qualify as a tax, a contribution must be backed up with legislative power. Thirdly, we see the issue of fixed amounts. Tax must be certain. Tax must be definite. It must have a fixed amount. A tax must not be fixed arbitrarily. When that happens, that is no longer a tax, and that you should know that it is not something that is done anyhow. And then another issue is the issue of adult. Tax must be imposed upon a mature, qualified adult citizen of any country. Anybody who imposes tax on a minor, somebody who has not come to age in accordance with the provision of the law, that does not amount to or qualify as a tax. Then you see the issue of annual. Tax must be paid annually. It must be paid annually. It is going to be something that happens once in every year. It must be paid once in every year. So as we are saying, we have another 2 points that are very, very important. Non-commensurate. The benefits derived from the payment of tax is not directly commensurate with the amount contributed by the taxpayer. You know what we are saying. Take for instance, when we practice what we call pay as you earn, meaning that somebody who earns low pays low, as everybody pays in accordance with the percentage of what he earns. So this tax is going to be brought together from the rich and the poor based on their ability. And now when the government gathers the tax money, the government will use it to provide for social amenity like the construction of road, building of electricity, supply of water, and so many things like that. And then each citizen will benefit from all this almost equally. That is why we say that tax is non-commensurate. The benefit derived from the payment of tax is not commensurate with the amount contributed by each taxpayer. And lastly, we see the issue of income. The issue of income and asset. Tax is paid or charged or imposed on the income and assets of the taxpayer. So the above are essential basic features of tax which differentiate it from other contributions. The above are basic features of tax which differentiate it from other contributions. Thank you, my people. Have a wonderful time. I am Dr. Agama Ferdinand. Thank you very much for listening. Bye bye.